presents School is Now in Session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschool.
The homeschool podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey.
Welcome back to Homeschool Podcast. I'm Augustino Zoida. Thank you guys for tuning back in. We love having you, and we love having our co-host Kevin Lyons here and his dog Jameson, who's like falling asleep.
Don't embarrass me.
And welcome back. Please help us welcome back Kevin Mack to the podcast. His second time doing it. He did it pre-COVID when we were doing them in person, and people were allowed to have human connections and shit like that. So it's good to have you back, buddy. It's good to see you.
Thanks, man. It's good to see you too. I would have my dog Hennessy on with me, but he's
Your dog's name is Hennessy?
No, I just figured if
my dog's name is Jameson.
That's what I'm saying. I figured if I was gonna bring my dog in, he should at least be named after us.
So you just made that up. Do you even have a dog?
Oh, damn it.
I like the haircut, bro. Last time I saw you were rocking some long what do you want to call them? Hair. I was gonna say dreads, but it wasn't dreads. It was just long hair.
I went against the orders of Gavin Newsom today.
You got a haircut.
And you know what? It's so weird because I usually go to Floyd's 99 to get my haircut.
Yeah,
That's where I go.
Yeah, I usually go to Floyd's. I drove all the way to Floyd's today in Burbank, and they were closed.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this whole stay-at-home order thing. And I had a table read for the TV show that I'm on at CBS, so I kind of was looking pretty shaggy, and I wanted to spruce up. So I frantically started calling any barber in the area that I could find, and this gentleman answered his phone. I'm not going to say which one it is because I don't want him to get arrested.
Yeah. So you just were calling businesses?
Yeah, I just started calling, and finally one random dude answered the phone, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm closed." And I was like, "Oh, that sucks." And he's like, "But
but knock 3 times."
He's like, "But I got a little bit of time." And I was like, "Wait, are you closed or do you have time?" And he's like, "Well, show up and I'll let you in the side door." So I was snuck into his barbershop.
Dude, side door haircuts. That's what it's come to, man.
That's what you want, man. You want a speakeasy haircut.
Dude, my usual guy who does my hair, he's in North Hollywood, by the way, and he's been cutting my hair for like probably almost 10 years, and he's been sneaking me in the back door. But this last time I called him, he was like, "You know what, dude? Just come to my house." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, just come over to my house." He goes, "It's too much of a hassle." Apparently they went in and gave him a $4,000 fine because he was cutting someone's hair in there. And actually at the time he was allowed to be open, but with only 2 people at a time, and he only had 2 people in there. But like they went in there and measured the feet between the chairs, and it was like 5 feet instead of 6 feet, and they gave him a $4,000 fine. And he's like, "Well, how much is it if I get busted doing it in my house?" And they're like, $4,000. And he's like, "Well, then I'm just gonna do that." So now you guys don't know where I live. So I went to he had like a back house that he literally turned into a barbershop. He had his chairs and his tools there and everything, and a sink. It was legit.
You know what? This is the gayest barber conversation I've ever heard.
I've had way gayer conversations.
No, dude, you just told me about an open barber who's been sneaking in the back door for years.
At his house.
At his house.
Man, it's so funny. The last podcast we did, we had on Steve Simone, and Kevin asked him, like, since he lived in Florida, what's been like one of his favorite things he did? He's like, haircut. It's like people don't realize, especially us dudes. People think that women have to go to the salon frequently. I don't think they have to go as frequently as us, because they can let their hair grow long and then they can do stuff with it at home. Like us, right. We can't let it grow long. It gets all uneven and we look all shaggy and Wolfman-ish, and it's like we gotta fucking trim up, man.
Dude, I tried to cut my hair right in the middle of the pandemic. I tried to cut my hair myself.
I cut my own hair during the pandemic.
used my bathroom mirror and like one of those handheld mirrors with the trimmers in the back.
Yeah.
And I thought I killed it, man. I was like, yeah, I nailed this shit. And then I went, I made the mistake of going and playing poker with some stand-up comedian friends. And don't do that. Don't do that when you cut your own hair, dude. You know that.
Dude, I cut my own hair, and then I went to go do one of these virtual shows, but like a legit one for the Laugh Lounge app. And it was right after I gave myself a haircut. And of course, like fucking Jimmy Schubert was there, and he saw my haircut. He's like, bro, I know a good lawyer. Whoever gave you that haircut.
Dude,
that haircut was pretty bad, man. That was awful. you look like a 1990s bully with that haircut.
Yeah, I was giving myself a mullet. What were we gonna say?
I'm so sad that Jimmy's leaving. He left town. He moved out of LA.
Yeah, he's gone already too. I think he's going to be back this month. He still has his apartment here. I think he's coming back this month. But yeah, he's got another apartment in Florida too. And it's like, man, Florida's just happening. So what about you, dude? We just you were just telling me that you're leaving town today. And you don't really know like where you're going, and you're like fucking Frank Bagnale Jr. and shit. You're not telling anybody where you're going.
Dude, to be honest, it's because I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I'm just so frustrated with the way that the government is running California right now.
Of course.
I just want to get the hell out of the state. I mean, I used to make fun of the people who live in LA. Like, for people who don't live in LA, anybody listening to this who maybe doesn't live in LA, there might be more people living on the side of the road in RVs than actually in apartments in Los Angeles.
Yeah, dude.
Especially in North Hollywood. So I went and bought an RV, and I was like, well, you know, if things get rough and I get kicked out of my apartment, I could just move 36 feet to my street, and I live in the same neighborhood. Not a big deal. So I bought an RV, and it was just like one of those things where I was like, I want to get out and travel and explore and do all these things while I have time. But now it's like I want to get in my RV and drive just so I don't murder people in LA. It's what it's come to.
I know, man.
I bought a recreational vehicle so I don't recreational homicide people.
So you're just gonna hit the road.
You can still kill people with your RV, though. That's good, though.
I like where your head's at, Kevin. We Kevins, we think alike.
Man, I feel you, dude. It's bad out here. I mean, why do you want... I mean, obviously you're not going to kill anybody, but why are you saying before you kill someone? What is it, and what's the type of person that's bothering you?
It's just... I can't stand the sheep mentality of the people who live in this city. Yeah. It's gotten to a point where they just mindlessly follow whatever they're told on the news or on Facebook or whatever mindless idiot control device they're following. It's just, I'll give you an example. I went to Costco this past weekend before I left for Big Bear, and I went to get gas.
Because you got that NBC money.
I got that. With CBS, bro.
Sorry. CBS.
Respect the fam. No, I went to Costco to get gas, and while I was there, you can't go wrong with the $1.50 hot dog / soda deal they have at Costco.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, before I get on the road, let me get a hot dog.
All right.
So the Costco in Burbank is outside. The hot dog thing is outside. It's not inside.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I go there and I get out and I walk up, and like everybody else who's not a complete idiot, I left my mask in my car because I don't think about needing a mask when I'm outside.
Yeah, there's people already so programmed that it's just it's in there, it's ready to go.
So I got out and I will go up there and I get in line and I get to the window and the lady's like, "Sir, can you put your mask on?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm outside. I don't want to walk all the way back to my car." It's like a hat.
Yeah. Did we just lose volume from him?
Yeah, I can't hear you, Kevin. Your audio got cut out.
Yeah, I think that he might be losing internet. Can he not hear us?
I don't know. Can you hear us?
Give us a peace sign if you can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Oh, now I can.
it's coming back. I think that your internet is going in and out, so we lost audio and.
Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. See, that's what happens when you start talking
Yeah.
about people who are mindless. Shit.
Yeah, everybody.
They want you to put your mask on. The internet wants you to put your mask on right now.
Dude, whenever you start speaking truth, that's when the internet shuts down.
Yeah, it's so weird. isn't
Everything
it?
in LA is unstable, including the internet.
That's why I had a black sticker over my camera, because I know the fucking government is listening.
Hell yeah, they do, man.
So, anyways,
So you're not walking back to get your mask?
No, I'm like, you're talking me through a window. There's even a big piece of plastic over the window. You're wearing a mask. I'm 8 feet away from you because I'm outside.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, we can't serve you without a mask. And I go, where's the sign? And she goes, well, it says right there. And I look at the sign, it says, please social distance. I'm like, that says please social distance.
Yeah.
It doesn't say I need a mask to order. And she's like, well, I can't serve you without a mask. So then I'm like, can I just get a hot dog and go? And she's like, no. So I'm like, let me talk to your manager. Manager comes. Hey, I just want a hot dog and I'll leave. You have to have a mask. They can't serve. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, oh, I have to protect my employees. I'm like, this isn't a bank, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hot dog stand.
I know, dude.
Gun.
Like they're not protected by being back there and just making a hot dog. It's like, dude, just leave it outside. I'll come get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't even have to be there. It's like you're like the pizza guy from Home Alone. You know what I
That would
mean?
make me so angry I wouldn't even want a hot dog anymore. I'm like, I'm going
Yeah.
to the cheeseburgers. Right
No,
to the
but see,
cheeseburgers.
dude, that right there is the mentality. That's the problem, is that people go, okay, well, fuck it. I'll give in. I'll go get my mask, or you know what? I don't need a hot dog. No, dude. I said, so I dug in and I go, so I told that manager, I need to see the Costco store manager. Now, at this point, I went full fucking Karen. Everybody's watching me. Everybody's looking. I'm like, I don't care who busts their phones out at this point.
Was this before or after the haircut?
This was before the haircut.
So you still had
I
your
had a
Karen
beard.
hair?
I had a beard. My hair was longer.
Okay.
So the Costco store manager comes out now,
Okay.
and I explain the situation to him, and he kind of like pulls me off to the side, and he goes, "Listen, brother, I understand, and I completely agree 100%." He's like, "This whole thing is stupid, but Burbank is crazy, and they will fine me
Yeah.
if I don't have this up or that up." And he's like, "I will buy you your hot dog.
Yeah.
Just
Wait in your
just-
car.
Yeah, he's like, just hang out here. I will buy your hot dog." And I'm like, okay. So he goes, he buys my hot dog, brings it back. I gave him the money, whatever. And he goes, here you go. And I go, I just want you to understand, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying. If we continue to just mindly go along, and we let these small intrusions on our freedom go, and we don't speak up and we don't do anything about it, then these small issues compound into a giant issue where we
Yeah.
are all subjugated to our government.
I agree
And it's
100%, dude. And
It's a slippery slope. It's the snowball that just builds and builds and builds.
Exactly.
we are getting
And I
to a
said-
point where it's time to not comply 100% with everything they say. It's
Right.
time to. I mean, I've always been questioning, but it's time for people everyone to start questioning a little bit. Like, we can't comply with everything, especially when everything they're saying doesn't make sense. Especially
when a majority of the orders that
Oh, he cut out again.
shit, he cut out again. Yeah, dude, they're fucking they don't like him what he's saying. Yeah, we can't hear you. They don't like what you're shoveling, bro.
I get what he's saying though, but like
I get what-
it's like the first two.
Dude, they
weeks-
they mute him every time he's going into it.
what I'm saying is, there should never be orders from the government on society.
Absolutely, dude.
Society should make the decision of what they feel is safe for them.
I was just telling Kevin Lyons right before you joined the chat. about like common sense and how I've always had it, dude. In our line of work, we get on a lot of airplanes and then we go to a lot of cities and we shake a lot of people's hands after the show. So even before COVID, dude, I used to keep a little hand sanitizer in my pocket and I used to fucking wash my hands after.
That's what that was.
I used to wash my hands right after I would, I go back to the green room and I wash my hands because you're shaking everybody's hand. It's like, and then we have another show tomorrow night and we can't afford to get sick, especially during flu season. So occasionally when I saw people wearing a mask on an airplane, I never did it, but if you wear a mask on an airplane, I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just common sense. Flu season, I got to work tomorrow, I can't afford to get sick, but now we've gone beyond common sense. And another thing that I was just telling Kevin right before is that everybody talks about trust the science, but nobody talks about the immune system. Which if you understand science, the immune system cannot be coddled. If you ask any scientist, any doctor, they're going to tell you cannot use hand sanitizer every day. We've all heard that for years.
Your immune system is like any other part of your body. It needs to be worked. It needs to be strengthened. If you live in a germ-free environment, your immune system
totally. And I get it.
I think that's why I never get sick, because I'm just a dirty motherfucker.
But I get.
You know what, Kevin? But I've actually had Agostino offer me some of his hand sanitizer before, and for some reason it never dissipates. It just stays in your hands.
It's a test. It's not really hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
He just thinks that if you put whatever you put in there turns into hand sanitizer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's really strange that every time he offers it to you, he just starts laughing.
If you can peel it later, like super glue when it gets on your hand, then it's a bad sign.
No, but
that's how the germs come off. You have to peel it off.
But man, like
the issue is that as a society, people want to say that it's easier just to go along, and they want to say things like, "Well, it's easy. Just put on a mask. It's easy. Just
do it. Just do it. What's the big deal?"
But it's like when you look at things like that and you go, yes, it is easy to wear a mask. Yes, it is easy to stand 6 feet apart. Yes, it is easy to stay home. And these are all supposedly easy things. But when you compound them.
Yeah. Fuck, we're losing him again. We can't hear you, just so you know. Fuck, his internet sucks.
I feel what he's saying.
I feel it though. Sorry, just sorry, dude. Just so we don't have dead air, because it just like keeps buffering. It did it again. Yeah, man.
It's when you compound all of these things and your entire way of life, and the American way of life, is taken away, and businesses are being shut down, and mom and pop businesses are being shut down, and people that have worked their whole lives have to close their restaurant, even though they spent $20,000, like what's happening right now. People are having to close their restaurants after the government told them, well, build a patio and you can work.
100%,
and they
dude.
spend $20,000 to build a patio. This is what happened to my friend. He spent $20,000 that he didn't have to build a patio that he could have used to stay afloat.
And now they're shutting that down.
And then they shut him down. And it's like, well, why did he spend the $20,000?
With no assistance. Like no loan. I know, dude. It's so sad that you made all these business, not just your friend. I mean, every business complied with your rules and listened to you, and spent like their last, when it was a tough time, they dumped a bunch of money, dude. That video that's going viral on that right now, the Pineapple Hill restaurant right here by my house in Sherman Oaks.
What happened there?
Is that the lady with
that's the lady with the movie production? So you know that place, right, Kev?
Yeah. I was just about. Wait, that was Pineapple Hill. I literally just saw that video.
That's Pineapple Hill.
I was about to talk about that.
Dude,
was at Pineapple
that
Hill?
lady spent $80,000 making her outdoor patio. She got like the legit like tent with the windows and the trees and lights and heaters and TVs and stuff like that. And then they shut her down, and then they just fucking permitted them to film a movie in the same exact parking lot. And they set up, like, for craft services, they set up, like, so many tables and tents for people to eat there. It's like, how is that okay? And that's not. I'll tell you guys another thing.
Why wouldn't they just rent the place out from the lady?
I know! They could have given her... Dude, that's such a good point.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that.
And you know what? Being in the industry, it's probably not a good idea for me to say this. But,
yeah, that's why... Bro, that's CBS who keeps turning your internet off.
yeah. But listen, man... I get it. Like when the show that we're doing right now, Why Women Kill, we've been shut down several times due to supposed COVID cases, and then we turn around after shutting down production. CBS loses millions of dollars when we shut down production. Our budget has been inflated, I think 20 to 30% to account for the COVID regulations. Now we have to have a nurse on set and we have to get tested every day and all these other things. But the amount of money that CBS loses when they shut us down, and it's happened a few times, and they've all been false positives. So all of these people they lose that day of work, they lose out on work.
Fuck, we're losing him again. I hear you, dude. Yeah, we can't hear you again. It's fucking buffering. But let's see, how much time do we have? Anyway, I don't want to lose them completely. But anyway, dude, yeah, I went to Pasadena, which, by the way, is like, for some reason that city is open. And I had heard about it because they use a different health department. And people don't realize that it's actually the health department. Like, they don't...
Yeah.
That's who's coming and shutting you down. People keep saying, well, I saw that the police, they're not going to come shut you down. But it's not the police that do it. It's actually the health department that will come in and cite you. So
you can lose your business license.
Yes, and liquor license. And Pasadena is not using the same LA health department. So Pasadena was still open. I went there on Saturday, and right there in Old Town Pasadena, where all the restaurants are, like in a row, dude, they were all open and they were busy. And then me and my wife went to this fish place, and we were sitting there eating, and the place next to it was like a late night like bar, like sports bar, and they started to line up to wait to get in. Like after 9 o'clock, I guess there's like it goes down, you know what I mean? It gets busy. So they were literally a line of people behind where me and my wife were sitting, and I mean next to us. So you have like me and my wife were sitting at a table, no masks, not needed because we're sitting there eating. But standing right next to my table is a line of people who have to wear a mask. And I was joking around, and I said it out loud in front of all the people in line there. I'm like, you guys are not safe. I'm safe. Not safe, safe. Like, this is the mentality that we have right now, dude. And that's why I say that we have to... It comes a time where we have to stop complying with everything that they say, because they haven't been honest. And their rules and regulations haven't made sense. You know, not all of them have made sense. Like I said, I believe in common sense. I believe when it's flu season or something's going around, you protect yourself and you wash your hands and fuck it, even wear a mask if you're in a crowded place. But people who say trust science have to also think about when you're outside and you're walking in the beautiful sunshine, it is so unhealthy to wear a mask. Yeah. No one's talking about that science. No one ever talks about the immune system and how by wearing a mask and putting too much sanitizer, you are killing your immune system. So the common cold is probably going to fucking kill you. And if you do get COVID, which is inevitable, you're going to have it the worst because you wore a mask the whole time. No one talks about how often we should switch out our masks. You know, like you said, like everybody's so like go-to with the mask. Like people now are like wallet, phone, keys, mask. They've added it to their routine. I don't do that, dude. I'm not in that routine. I have one mask. I keep it in my car and it stays there. Just so in case I'm about to get out of the car and go to a store, I'm like, fuck, I got to throw it on real quick. And nobody says like, make sure you're throwing out your mask. Make sure you're washing your mask and not reusing it. No one talks about that. Well, because dude, it's not a thing. Fuck. I bet you this was good, whatever he was saying right now. Oh, man. We might have to cut this short because every time you try to say something, bro. Now he's just frozen. Every time he tries to say something, it keeps fucking cutting him off.
Now he's team.
I said, if you forget your mask, pretty much anywhere you go, there's like 42 of them on the ground for you to just grab one.
That's true.
Like, I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of this, and I probably shouldn't even put this on a podcast right now because I'm probably giving up $1 million idea, but somebody needs to come up with a mask washing business where they just pick up all these masks off the ground and sanitize them and resell them back to these fucking morons.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll buy them.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
especially people in LA will be like, hey guys, these are
My mask is recycled.
Yeah, it's recycled. It's
Yeah.
reusable masks.
Go green.
I got this from a homeless person named Ray, but I washed it. That's another thing too. Is like if COVID is so bad and all of the things that they're telling us it is, why aren't there fucking just homeless people dead on the street everywhere?
Yeah, I know.
haven't seen one homeless person wearing a
Because
mask.
apparently it's safe inside of a tent. Dude,
Tents are the new masks.
we shouldn't be the LA Rams. We should be the LA Tents. We're the city of tents. It's either a restaurant or it might be someone's house.
Dude, there's a RV that parks in front of the Starbucks on Lancashire by my
Is that
house.
yours?
It's not mine. But the dude uses the sidewalk in front of the Starbucks like it's his backyard. It's hilarious. Like, you go to the Starbucks and you'll be walking in, and there will legitimately be a dude and his chick sitting in lawn chairs on the sidewalk with like a grill and a table. And just, I'm like, this is not your fucking backyard, guy.
Bro, they're tailgating for the fucking zombie apocalypse that we're about
For
to
the
have.
Los Angeles tents. The cow tailgating for the Los Angeles tents.
Speaking of sheep, our football mascot is literally the male sheep. And we got LA Chargers, which I was watching New England play Chargers yesterday, and the bottom just says LAC, and I'm like, that should be LA Communists. That's that's what we're changing to.
Well, we've got the LA Clippers too, and they put LAC for them. So maybe
That's
they're
right.
Trying to tell us something.
Dude, you're right, man. There's fucking paper masks all over the floor. There's plastic gloves all over the floor. Everywhere I see them, people are just throwing them on the sidewalk. This is the same city that banned straws.
Yeah.
Because of one
And you know
fucking
what's gonna-
turtle, bro.
Yeah.
One
All of a
turtle.
sudden, that's how fake LA is. We now know how fake all you people were. You never gave a fuck about the turtles.
No.
You were just faking it because as soon as one little virus hits, your fucking masks are all over the floor.
Oh, dude, you know what I love? This I actually have I have a joke about this, but I love that people in LA are like, one turtle goes on a Coke binge. All of a sudden, everybody's
Fuck, we lost him again. I feel like we're trying COVID material on each other. Bro, are you sure you're connected to the 5G and not the 2G version? Try that real quick if you can hear me.
all right. I'm back.
Okay, make sure
There
you're
he is.
connected to the 5G version of your internet, not the 2G
I am,
version.
dude.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they're shutting you down. But I love that people in LA are like, oh, we gotta stop using straws, and then they throw on 8 layers of sunblock and go jump in the ocean. Turtles don't need sunblock, my guy.
Dude.
The whole water is just a sheen of deadly chemicals.
Tell me about the TV show. Where is it being filmed?
We're filming in we film at CBS Radford in
Oh, on the lot?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, dude. And when are you going to wrap that?
Let's see. We're on episode 3 now. I think we're scheduled to wrap in April, I want to say.
Okay.
10 episodes.
So what are you going to do when you leave in your RV? Are you guys going on hiatus in the meantime, or?
Dude, I'm just gonna start picking up hitchhikers that are on the road out of LA. I'm just gonna put out a bulletin and be like, if you're trying to escape LA, just come with me.
Escape LA.
I'm thinking about starting my own porn company. They have Bang Bus. I'm thinking about starting like with Bang RV.
The RV.
There you go.
Yeah. Get it. You call it get an STD in an RV.
I think RV stands for roving VD vehicle.
We just got our 10-minute warning
Rotten vag.
before Zoom kicks us off because, as I said, I'm too cheap to upgrade my version. And to be honest with
they
you,
only give you 40 minutes.
yeah, they only give you 40
If
minutes.
there's more than two people.
If there's more than two
If there's more
people,
than
yeah.
if you're just two people, it's like unlimited. But
Nobody wants to listen to
more
our
than
asses
two
for more than 40 minutes anyway. But dude, I would like to contact you if it's okay. If I ever, I just did an episode by myself last week where I was talking about a pact that I've made with myself. I told Kevin about the pact that I made with myself, and the pact is that I want to become good at acting.
Yeah.
I'm not an actor. I'm a stand-up comedian. That's all I've ever wanted to do, and but it's been a new pact of mine because as a child, even before stand-up comedy, movies and television is what raised me, and I still to this day admire so much what you guys do, and on any type of level. And I don't want to do it to try to be famous or to try to make money. And who knows? I probably will never even try to go for auditions. I only ever wanted to be a stand-up comic, but I think as a personal goal, I want to be good at something that I really love and admire. And
It's really, one of the cool things about acting or studying acting is that it actually it really helps you with the way that you interact with the world and the people around you. So especially for stand-up comedians, I think it's valuable because it gives you the it really focuses on being present in real life and understanding character of people and understanding kind of what makes people tick. So I think it's helpful just even if somebody that doesn't want to make it a career, it's a way of kind of putting glasses on that give you an ability to see the world in a different light.
okay,
Because all acting is truth. It's just seeing the things around you and seeing the way that people react and people live around you and being able to just reflect that.
I can see how that helps stand-up comedy, but what about on stage? Like, do you think it helps you at all as a performer if you've got some acting chops or you've taken some lessons? As a stand-up comedy performer, does being able to act help?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason that a lot of the
Ah, shit. I thought he was thinking, but we just can't hear him. Dude, he was about to give us the secret of acting. Here's the fucking tip. All right, you guys, this is all you need to know to make it as a successful actor. And then and then his sound went out.
All right, it's back.
Okay.
I think there's a reason that all of the that a lot of the prolific comedic actors have come from stand-up, from the stage. I think it's because stand-up comedians, that's what we do for a living, is we observe the world around us and make light of it. So I think they go hand in hand. I mean, I coach a few people that we know in the stand-up community. I coach Punky Johnson, who's now on Saturday Night Live. Started coaching her before she got on the show and started working with her before that. And I work with a few other actors that are on television shows now, and that I can't tell. I can't.
No, that's fine.
Name because I've signed agreements with them, but fairly well-known actors and people in movies that I work with, that I coach. And it's just, acting is just one of those things where you can never learn enough. There's always more to learn. I learn every day.
Yeah, I feel like that about stand-up comedy, and I can see what you mean. Like, I've definitely heard before that stand-up comedians that want to become actors are probably going to be successful at it, and they'll have a general idea of how, even how to begin. And I've heard that, but if an actor tries to do stand-up, they certainly have their work cut out for them. It's completely different to transition that way. But I remember when I used to work at the Haha back in the day, I would work the bar during open mic, and everybody that would come and sign up for open mic, a lot of them were actors, and they're like, I'm not a comic. My acting coach said I should do an open mic for an exercise, and I'm like, I would hear that a lot. So yeah, man, I'm excited about it, and if it's all right, yeah, I'd like to hit you up wherever you are, even if you're on the road, or if you recommend any coaching if you're too busy to do it, or
no, dude. I mean, me. I'm always a text or a phone call away. I'm more than happy to help. There's a lot of people that I work with at the store that they don't pay me. I don't ask anybody to pay me. If they have auditions and they need to work on them, I'm always happy to help. I just love to see people be successful and do what I love. So
yeah. I love it, and I admire what you guys do so much. I just think that I mean, a lot of people look at stand-up comics and they're just like, I don't know how you guys do it, but I mean, I also feel the same way towards actors, and I think any level of it, like if you're like, a cameo in a comedy, or if you're the lead in an Oscar-nominated film, any level, I have so much respect for it, and you can see the differences, and it's just something I've talked about and thought about for a long time, that I've decided that I'm going to do it. So,
I mean, I think stand-up is the hardest performance art that there is, the hardest performance art in the world, and I think.
Fuck, he cut out. That's a good right where it froze right there. I'm gonna freeze that. I'm gonna put 2 dicks in his hand right where it froze. It'll come back on in a second. Anyway, dude, we got only like 3 minutes left, and your internet keeps going in and out, but I think that we got a lot out of it.
You know what? I don't think it's my internet, August.
It's yours, because Kevin's isn't doing it.
I think Zoom is trying to force you to pay the extra money.
I know, right? Dude, that always happens. The free versions always suck.
No, but I like I said, if you can get on stage and you can get an entire group of people to kind of get on the same level with you as you try to disperse your ideas.
Yeah.
Then you can do the same thing with acting. You can walk into a room of people and make them believe that you are the character you're playing. So
I just want to get good at that, man, and I think you're right, and that inspired me actually, and got me excited to do it. So hit me up before you leave town, bro. You're leaving next week?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave next week, probably Monday, because we after this week we go on hiatus for the show until after the new year. So
okay, cool, dude. Well, stay safe. I'm sure I'll talk to you before you leave, then, dude. Maybe we'll fucking do something, man, because I'm excited to start that new chapter in my life. It'll be fun. We got 2 minutes here.
We got an RV to do some road tripping too, and do some stand up. So
sweet, bro. Perfect. Yeah. All right, dude. So let's end this with dignity before it cuts us off. So thank you so much, both of you guys. I appreciate it. It's always good to see you, dude. And I hope that the Comedy Store will be open soon. We'll be hanging out in the patio or something before you move for good.
Yeah, so support your local businesses.
Yeah.
Get out there and get yourself a speakeasy haircut.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Kevin. Both Kevins. Thank you. I want to thank Kevin Lyons, my co-host, and thank you, Kevin Mack, for popping in. It's good to see you. Congratulations on the show, and thanks for coming by. I'll see you soon, you guys.
All right, see you, boys.
Peace.
Later, Kev.
Later, buddy.
I'll just be here reading my sponsors.
Okay.
You can stay if you want to, Kevin.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna go.
All right, go eat, dude. Thanks so much, man. I'll see you later. Later. All right, you guys. I want to give a big thank you to my co-host Kevin Lyons for joining us. I want to give a big thank you to Kevin Mack for joining us. I'm sorry about the internet going in and out, but I think that we got the gist of it. And sometimes we sound like a broken record on here. It's because people are fighting for their liberties, you guys. People are fighting for something. And I do want to say, since we were just talking about it, try your best this holiday season to support local businesses, because a lot of certainly need it right now. I am personally, as much as possible, not ordering people's gifts on Amazon. I'm trying not to. I'm not buying shit from Target. I'm not buying shit from Walmart. But for as much as possible, I'm trying to support local businesses and get gifts to like the stores. Like in my neighborhood, we got this cool used DVD and record store that I have a lot of friends that love movies and collect records and posters, and I think I'll support that guy's business, buy people some gifts from there. Just as much as you can. I mean, I'm getting my tree this year from a lot, you guys. I'm not going to get my tree from I past couple years I had been getting it from Home Depot because it was just a little cheaper, or like the Armstrongs or the Green Arrow type chain businesses. And you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'll spend a little bit more money and I'll give it to the lot, because those are usually like family owned, and and that's what I'm going to do, you guys. Hopefully, sometimes it's a little hard. Sometimes the thing you want to get the person, you got to order it online, or or get it from a department store. But you know what? Like, if you're going to do that, then at least support the department store in your neighborhood. The mall, those places are struggling. At least put the money back in your neighborhood and keep those open. That's what I'm doing. For those of you watching on YouTube right now, the video just cut out. I apologize, but we're getting towards the end here. Listen, guys, I'm talking about, getting into acting, and I want to just, not really getting into acting, but instead just trying to be good at it. I just want to work that muscle. And a great way to do that is the way that I've just started doing it. I started at the basics, and I'm taking a class on Masterclass. Super convenient to do because I can do it from home, and I can do it on my own schedule, and I got to tell you guys, it didn't break the bank. So I'm taking the acting classes on there. It's going great, and you guys can take a class for anything, not just acting. I mean, there's comedy, there's writing, filmmaking, directing, music. I mean, they even had to become a better poker player. I mean, they have a class on almost everything on Masterclass. Click the link in the description. They have a holiday deal right now. If you pay for a 1-year subscription to the website, you have access to all of the classes. You can mix it up. I want to take a cooking class. I want to take an acting class. You have access to the whole website for 1 year for $190. And right now, they're going to let you gift a year to somebody else at the same time. That's another great gift. So click the link in the description, okay, you guys? And don't forget to click the other link for Duke Cannon. Duke Cannon is here for the gentlemen that are listening to this podcast, or somebody's father, somebody's uncle, somebody's brother, somebody's husband, boyfriend. Duke Cannon is here for them, okay? It's the perfect gift. They have holiday gift baskets, and they're filled with shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotions, colognes. You can customize the cologne and customize your signature scent, and you can do all that at Duke Cannon. Guys, click the link in the description, and there's all kinds of deals for the holidays. Like if you spend $50, you get 2 free soaps, and they got fun soaps that you can really have some fun with your father, your brother, your uncle, or something like that. They got IPA soaps and Budweiser and You've Been Naughty, the lump of coal soap and shit like that. It's a perfect holiday gift basket. So click the link in the description. Guys, don't forget to support me, please. Homeschooledpod.com. Click on merch. Right there is the link to download my comedy album and the link for accessories like masks, neck gaiters, mugs, and stickers. And then right there is also the link for apparel, sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, homeschooled. Check the screen right now, you guys. These are the logos right here that you can get a t-shirt or hoodie and stuff like that. So please support. It's the best way to support. Thank you guys for continuing to come back and support Homeschool Podcast as we document the journey. And go out there, have a great week, love each other, be kind to each other, help each other out, and remember that only love is going to save the world. I'm Augustino Zoida. This is Homeschool Podcast. I'll see you guys soon.
Homeschool Podcast. Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all.